Hi all, and welcome back to my Netherlands Part 2 backpacking trip. In this Part 2 we'll visit Kinderdijk with its 18th century windmills, Gouda, a beautiful city famous for its cheese, Utrecht with its beautiful library as well as a whole host of other things to see, and Amsterdam with a visit to NDSM, a former shipyards which is now a cultural hotspot, before heading home. I hopped on the line 21 water bus, having left my bike in the Rotterdam bike park. The water bus didn't take that long at all as we headed down the river and arrived at the little village of Kinderdijk, mostly known for its windmills. The Kinderdijk windmills are a group of 19 monumental windmills in the province of South Holland. Built in 1738 to 1740 to keep water out of the polder, it is the largest concentration of old windmills in the Netherlands and one of the best known Dutch tourist sites. The mills are listed as national monuments, and the entire area is a protected village since 1993. They have been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1997. There are 8 brick mills and the remainder are wooden. After my stay in the Cube House hostel, which was amazing, I headed to Rotterdam Central Bike Park to pick up my bike. Rotterdam Central is one of the largest train stations in the Netherlands. From here you can easily travel to numerous other Dutch cities thanks to a direct daily Eurostar train to Brussels and Paris. The design of the entrance is certainly very grand and outspoken, and is in keeping with the modern high-rise buildings that surround it. I set off for Gouda, excited to see the cheese shops. Gouda is a beautiful medieval city. It has a glorious past and is a truly charming and authentic Dutch city. As I cycled into the city, I watched this little bird with its sheer determination of getting a stick onto the nest. The mother bird is already sitting on the eggs. How lucky was I to capture this really beautiful moment. This little bird was steadfast in not giving up. I was soon in the main square. The sun was out, it was a beautiful day, so I took the opportunity to get a coffee and sit in the main square overlooking the city hall. The main square was a bustling place. I set off in search of the Red Lion windmill. I passed by quaint shops selling traditional wooden clogs, and I took a look in St John's Church, which is the longest church of the Netherlands. I walked back to the main square and I visited some of the cheese shops. Of course I had to buy some. I then headed to the Tuft Market to see the bench overlooking the canal. It is made from Gouda pottery and was a wonderful photo opportunity. I decided to take the train to Utrecht from Gouda as I wanted to maximise my time in the next city. It was a short journey, very easy to take my bike on board. Arriving in Utrecht, I headed to my hostel to unpack, excited to quickly get back out to explore this beautiful city. The sun was shining as I headed down to St Martin's Cathedral and Dam Tower. I headed back to the main canal to take a look around. It was quite unique in that there are cafes and restaurants situated on the lower part of the canal walkway. They were very busy, lots of people making the most of the sunshine. The canalway itself was very busy too. I then headed over to see Miffy's traffic light with its rainbow crossing. It was a delight to see. Arguably, Utrecht's most famous resident, that's either red or green, though there are other Miffy tributes dotted around the city. I took a cycle around the city, stopping quite a number of times to watch the people pass by on their bicycles. Before long I found myself back at the canal, where I sat and enjoyed a wonderful salad. Next on my agenda was a visit to Utrecht Library. Once the old post office, that is a 100-year-old building, it has been transformed into this very impressive library. There was so much to see. A ground floor restaurant, multiple floors with clever displays and plenty of quiet reading spots, lots of novelty seating areas and fun touches such as pedal bike powered charging stations. There is a cafe on the second floor and even a small cinema. It goes without saying that there were an enormous selection of books. The view from the top overlooking the main hall was wonderful. I didn't want my visit to this beautiful city to end, so I took a night walk. It was just as busy at 11 p.m. as it was midday. What a great atmosphere. Next day I headed to Utrecht Central. Upon arriving at Amsterdam, there were plenty of interesting buildings and architecture. This is the famous Grey Area Cafe, which claims to be the best coffee shop in Amsterdam. I meandered by canals and down cobbled streets. I headed to Dam Square. Dam Square is the location of the most important sites, including the Royal Palace, the neo-Gothic New Church, the National Monument memorialising the Dutch victims of World War II, and of course the concert hall. I cycled onto my hostel, Stay OK Amsterdam, where I enjoyed food and a hot drink before heading back out again. I passed lots of landmark sites including the Rijksmuseum and Central Station. I decided to take a ferry over to the north side of the river, to the NDSM. I was interested to see this former shipyard, which has blossomed into an enormous cultural hotspot in recent years. The area is full of quirky things to do and attractions, and it is certainly very colourful with its graffiti art. I headed back to my hostel, keen to meet some of my dorm mates and to chat to them about their own personal adventures. Next day I had half a day to relax and to fit in more sightseeing before heading off to board my overnight sailing on the DFDS seaways across the North Sea. After a smooth sailing, I woke up, enjoyed breakfast before departing onto UK soil. What an adventure! My bike pack was definitely bigger than when I left. Remember that cheese I told you about?